on your life. And it says that he said, I'm a Jew, I'm a Hebrew, I do this and so this is us when we're gambling with God's grace. We need to really reflect. God's gonna send that storm, and we have to really reflect on who we are. And he says, throw me off the boat. Why? Because when you're gambling with God's grace, man, you're in a place of spiritual suicide. Spiritual suicide, man. You need to really think about gambling with God's grace. We're gonna get to Matthew 27:35, right? And it says, when Jesus is on the crucifixion, he's on the cross, right? And it says that they crucified him and divided his garments. So the Romans are down there dividing his garments, right? There's one garment that's woven in different pieces so you could tear it apart, right? And won't be damaged. But the tunic, I know how I say it, tunic is woven without seams, so they did not want to ruin it. Right, so it's one piece. You ruin it, you tear it, it's ruined, it's worthless. So they gambled for it. They cast lots, right? So it says, then they crucified him and divided his garments, casting lots, that it may be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophets, right? They divided my garments among them, for my clothing they cast lots. Sitting down, they kept watch over him there, and they put up over his head the accusations against him. This is the King of the Jews. So the Romans are sitting at the feet of the cross. Imagine you're sitting at the feet of the cross and you're casting lots for that one covering of God. You're gambling. You're gambling what you're thinking that you're just sitting there and just like praying, but you're not doing the will of God. You don't want to really read the Bible. You don't want to go to church. You're gambling. You're casting lots for the covering of God. Right? And a lot of people don't understand, man. The Romans are at the feet of the cross. They're seeing the Messiah. They have no understanding of what really is happening. The significance of our Lord, that it was there for them. And they're like, if they're just gambling, hoping that one covering, right? Because God's covering ain't come in pieces. It's not woven together. It's through one man, Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ, right? And they're gambling with this. With that covering, or gambling for the covering. And this is spiritual suicide, just like in Jonah. You know, we have to really ask ourselves, man. And you don't know, man. You be gambling and you ain't hung on your own gallows, right? You be end up running out into the darkness like Judas. And you know why? You know, when Judas says he hung himself and he fell and his body splattered everywhere. You know why? Because of the valley of Hinnom, which Jesus where it's referred to as hell in the Bible. He's saying the valley Hinnom, Gehenna, right? It's outside Jerusalem. So when he hung himself, before they could do the Passover and all this